get that brand recognition going. Yeah, let's go, dude.
You start. Just say, I'm here with UK Sound. Introduce yourself and show us around the country.
I'm cornerstorejesus. I'm here with UK Sound. Take it away, Anna.
Yeah. So you have been working on your brand since 2019 now. What would you say inspired you to start?
Oh, where did you get that? Oh, is that my first post on Instagram?
Yeah.
First post? Nah, I've been running it since like I've been running it for like 11 years, incredibly unsuccessfully, I might add. But, can I restart? Let me restart. Actually, I'll just restart from the question. Yeah, no, so I've been running the brand since I was like 14 years old. I made, like, running the brand is like a strong term for it. I've done a lot of like, I was making t-shirts basically that like my classmates would wear. I had a website, but no one really went to it. This is way harder than being the interviewer. I'm interviewing. This shit's hard. Wait, hold on. Could you ask me the question again, and I'll run back?
Do you remember like the first time you actually decided to start?
Yeah.
Shirts?
Okay. Yes. So basically, I started making clothes when I was like 13, 14. And the real introduction, like the reasoning I started is like, it's stupid to say now, but it's like I just didn't have 40 quid for a like Supreme t-shirt. And I'm from Hawaii originally. I'm from like, I've lived all over, but like previous to London, I moved to London when I was like 13 from Hawaii. So I was introduced to like a whole new like community. Yeah, exactly. And like people aren't really worried about like streetwear and stuff, or at least at the time. I think now it's probably changed. But in Hawaii, the brands were like primitive and like a lot of like skate, surf, billabong, that kind of thing. And then going to London, I saw like Rick Owens, I saw Supreme, I saw all this shit that like wasn't exposed to me like at an earlier age. So I was like, I can do this. I was always making something. Like I always like when I was a kid, I played a lot of like Modern Warfare 2, and I would make fucking Modern Warfare 2. I would make all the guns out of like I'd make like the FAMAS from Modern Warfare 2 out of like wood, and I'd spray paint it like tiger camo, and like I would take the air restrictors out of my Nerf guns. I was always very like crafty. Like I love like making things and like having an idea and like seeing it in real life. So like getting into streetwear was like a perfect like avenue to express that. And I think even at a young age, I had this like kind of wisdom to be like, wisdom makes it sound like I'm some kind of genius, but I knew that like I want to do something creative that involves me like building something. And fashion seemed like a good like sort of blend of like commerce and like art stuff, which I was like into already.
So a way to like take your experience like from Hawaii, like what you saw growing up, and your ability to create was kind of what inspired you to bring it all together and just start it off in London.
Like yes and no. I wouldn't say like Hawaii. It was like, I think my background is actually like supremely unimportant to like the brand as a whole. Like I think it's called like Adultslondon. Obviously, I speak with an American accent. Yeah, I don't know. That's a question people ask me a lot. Like, does like being like, well, I was like born in Japan as well, so that's like obviously a big like cultural sort of export. But I don't know if that has any like bearing on anything I do now. I think I'm very like obsessed with like what it is to like live the London life. You know what I mean? And like be a kid in London and like, you know, what comes with that and the culture and sort of vibes surrounding that.
And jumping from that, what inspired you to name the brand Adultslondon?
Okay. Yeah, I love this question. I hate this question because if you look at other interviews of me, I say a different thing every time. So it changes like day to day how I'm feeling. The major like lore of it is like, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Kids by Larry Clark. It's a like very like OG skate film. It had like a Supreme box logo in it in like the 90s, you know. So it's like connected to like street culture in a very like real way. Larry Clark is this like photographer, like filmmaker that, you know, Harmony Korine, like all of these people are like heavily associated with him. It's a like important like cultural sort of staple. Kids, the movie, but I feel like I'm just waffling. Okay, so there was this movie Kids, basically. Everyone at home, they've seen Kids, they know about it, whatever. Supreme, skateboarding, stealing from the store. Like, there's all these scenes that are like really sort of speak to like the reality of like youth culture in like 90s New York. So like the the movie was so groundbreaking because it showed like 8-year-old kids like smoking a blunt on the couch, or like young people having sex, or like stealing from the store, and all these like sort of like mischievous things that young people get up to. And as a kid I watched that. As an adult I watched the movie and like, this is a horrible movie. Like, it's good and entertaining, but like there's no message to it. That's aside, you know, it's just shock value basically as a mature viewer. That's my take on it. I feel like I'm just waffling. Am I making sense?
Perfect, bro.
I'm making perfect sense? Okay. So I saw that movie and was obviously like very inspired by that. Me and my friends were like skateboarders, and we were like going around like trying to buy cigarettes as like 13-year-olds and shit. Like we're up to no good. So I saw the kids in that movie, minus the like sexual assault, AIDS stuff. I shouldn't even be talking about this. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Hold on. Why do I call it adults? I'm mad like ADD today. I've been all over the place.
So is it kind of like, from what I'm understanding, is it seeing these kids trying to act like adults and forcibly being put in a position?
Yeah. Wow. That's so much more articulate than what I was gonna say.
Pushes you to actually bring it and call it adults when actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. There was a sort of irony of being like a young person going to like a shopkeeper who's like clearly knows that we're underage and like, can I have Rizlas or like beer or whatever. Just like normal like mischievous kid stuff. But as I've grown older, I think like I'm becoming increasingly interested in like the generational divide. So like, how are we different as like Generation Z to our parents, for example? And I think the major difference is like a lot of the wisdom that they have, and like people make fun of Generation X a lot, and I feel like they're like, and like boomers and stuff, and I think a lot of it's like unfair, because like you talk to your dad about how to get a job or whatever, and he's like, oh, look him in the eyes and have a firm handshake. You know, you've heard this kind of like these like this like fridge magnet Gen X wisdom that is just totally inapplicable to like modern day. Like they didn't have Indeed, they didn't have like bread costing as much as it does. Like, you know, our like economic and like social landscape is so drastically different from anyone else that's come before us. So we are like the first generation of kids that had to like sort of be adults. Like you see like the ramifications of like kids like posting something bad on social media as like a 15-year-old, and it fucks up their entire life. Like there's adult consequences because there's no like oversight on that. Like you are sort of forced to become like, you know, like you can't, there's no picket fence, there's no family, like there's no property ownership. I'm very like dystopian, very cynical. But I think like that's kind of a defining trait of our generation. Like we aren't promised the things that we were promised, that our previous generations were promised, so we've had to mature faster.
Like it is about kids having to kind of live in an adult world, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of the message.
Yeah, and being, yeah, and like.
With the consequences, actions.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm like not super, I think people see my stuff and they think I'm like some kind of degenerate, like I'm like drinking lean all the time and stuff. Like you saw like the lean jacket probably, but really I'm not. Like I think every collection is like a theme in my life at the time that I design it. So, you know, obviously there's like, things take a while. So by the time I release like the Pharma collection, like it's not what my life looks like. I'm not like popping Zans and shit. I'm very business oriented, but like now that I'm business oriented, my new theme of my life that is like what I'm going to put into clothing is like finances and economics. Like I was talking about the bread in the shop being expensive or the job market being terrible. Like all these things are like really applicable to me. If I want to do this, I need to make it like successful enough financially to support myself and to like eventually support a family and like live all the life that I want to live. So that's like the major theme of my life is money, economics, jobs. Like that's what I'm experiencing now as like a 24-year-old. So that's what I'm gonna be designing.
Following from, you mentioned the lean jacket. What was the creative vision behind that?
Yeah. So again, I'm not like a degenerate. That's an important thing. I'm not in my normal day-to-day life as a 24-year-old doing drugs. But there was a time where I was doing drugs. And I think as an American, I've seen the opioid epidemic in America happen. And like, I sort of, you know, people talk about like the Zandemic, 2015 Zandemic. There was this whole like wave of like sort of influenced by music and culture and stuff, like very similarly how it is now with like Fake Mink and all these people talking about certain drugs. Like as a young person who is super impressionable, like I did that shit. Like obviously I heard Earl Sweatshirt talking about Xanax, I popped a Xanax bar and fucked my life up. And I sort of saw that like repeating again. A lot of people have been talking about like the 2016 SoundCloud rap phase like returning in like a 10-year cycle, and like there's been a lot of talk about 10-year cycles. So I see like a lot of my peers who are like rappers and stuff who are a bit younger than me falling into this similar trap that I did when I was like their age, or younger even. And I see that becoming a problem in the UK very soon. Like the fentanyl epidemic is something that we like sort of take for granted, and you see it in the United States. Like my brother lives in the States and he knows kids who like did coke for the first time and died because that shit had fentanyl in it. They just fucking, their heart stopped. They've never, you know, one mistake or whatever. I feel the UK kind of inching into that like very dangerous territory with like the popularization of like Indian Xanax and like fucking pregabalin from Russia and all this like imported illegal pharmaceutical drugs that these kids are getting for like pennies on the dollar. Like, you know, UK Xan prices right now are like the lowest they'll ever be. It's like one pill for £1 that can fuck you up for an entire day. This is too bait, I can't talk about this. But again, I don't do drugs. I'm not like a sober person, but I really like see all these like kind of factors playing into like a long-term detriment to like youth and society. So like a lot of the stuff I like present as being like the forefront of my like image and my business, like the drug shit. Obviously, like you saw the photo shoot, everyone's like pouring lean in the hospital. Like I try to show shit in like in a neutral way. Like obviously, like, you know, my junkie friends are not in not in a hospital normally, but there's like a element to that where they're treating themselves like doctors and like are prescribing themselves medication, which I think like showing the reality of a situation is often the best way to like steer kids away from things. Like the lean jacket is so ridiculous, right? Like I would never wear that shit. I made it, I spent $1,000 on fucking, whatever, don't put that in there. But I spent more money than I should have on like making a bunch of them. But it's like more of a statement. It's like I look at it as art. Like I'm not here to promote things. And oftentimes I'm making fun of people who are promoting things that I deem to be negative. Like you can see the lottery thing, it's like that, but in mine it's like this, because like you buy a lottery ticket, go fuck yourself, we have your money. Or like, you know, the lean jacket being just so ridiculous, right? Like rappers love it and shit. Like Death to Ricky just wore it. Shout out Ricky, that's the homie. But like, I don't know. I think also, I feel this is a big waffle, but I'll make this quick. I think clothing is interesting in the fact that wearing something is similar to like co-signing it. So everyone listens to like Future, like Juice WRLD or whatever like rapper talks about drugs, and they're in their headphones, Percocet, Molly Percocet, and they're at their desk job or at school or whatever. Like that is deemed as acceptable because it's like you're listening to it. But what if you wear it? What if you wear Molly and Percocet on your chest? Then how does that shift like the perception of what people are talking about? I'm still talking about the same thing as Future's talking about. I'm still talking about the same thing as Fake Mink is talking about, but I'm putting it into a different context that allows people to like communicate about it in a way. And I don't want you to be like, oh, the lean jacket's so cool. I want you to buy it because it buys me more Margellas and Caribbean food. I want to make art that like gets people, either they laugh at it, they think it's funny, or they're like, I see what you mean. I see that there's like an overall kind of message. Not that I'm the most preachy guy in the world.
But like you mentioned the music,
Yeah.
like listening that type of music, and you don't really have to agree with what they're saying, but you can still listen to it.
Yes.
Do you think you can wear stuff like Molly Percocet without agreeing with it?
Yeah.
Actually, in terms of clothes.
Yeah.
Music.
For sure. I think if you're ready to like have that conversation with people, or like if people want to like go up to you and like, what's that about? And I explain it. And like obviously like I said, like I think a lot of the stuff I make doesn't necessarily reflect my like everyday lifestyle. So when I'm wearing the shit that I make, like I often have to like sort of justify myself to people. I forgot that camera was there. So yeah, and then that like is sort of what I want. That is like the conversation. Like I feel like you can explaining something to someone who responds to what I'm wearing with like either aggression or confusion. That's like the ultimate point of art, like whether they like it or not.
That's amazing. Out of all the pieces that you've made, do you have a favorite one?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question. The lean jacket or the Primrose Hill jumper? I think the lean jacket is like, it speaks for itself. It's just so ridiculous. And I think like it encapsulates like kind of the humor that I want to show. And then the Primrose Hill jumper is cool because like I went to school in that area as like a young person. I spent a lot of time in like Northwest London in that park in particular. So it's like kind of crucial to like the lore of the brand. Like I sat there like tweaking on acid as a young person, was like, I'm gonna make this brand, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna make this clothing, it's gonna be so cool, all these celebrities are gonna be rocking it. And now that's fucking today. So that piece is a real full circle. Yeah, it's a good, people like it. That's one of the ones that is less edgy, I guess.
And is there any brand that you would want to collab with in the future?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, for sure. Okay, I think about this all the time. Lego, number one, fucking Lego, for sure. Prada, Polo Ralph Lauren, and be dope to do like Apple. If I collab with like Apple, obviously I would never be able to. What else? Yeah, I don't know. It'd be fun to, maybe like McDonald's, something like that, yeah.
And could you just speak about the brands that you've already worked with?
Oh, the brands I've already worked with. I haven't really collabed much with like adults. With adults, the only collaboration to this day is with this graffiti artist from Southeast London called J Money. He's fire, you should check him out. He does like cool parties and shit. But that was like a long time ago. I haven't even spoken with him in a long time. In my personal life though, I worked for this company called -2. I don't know if you heard of that one. I worked there for like a year. I designed like a bunch of shit. One of the pieces I designed was on stage at the O2 Center in London with Ashake, the Afrobeat singer, Afrobeats artist. All of his dancers were wearing this like outfit that I designed. It's fire. Like you can find YouTube videos of it. But obviously like my name's not on that. And Alex Clayton. Oh, FM Tiki Taki. I have to say FM Tiki Taki. Shout out Finn. Shout out FM Tiki Taki. Cool ass dude. I did his like merchandise and like we set it up in a way that was like more collaboratory. Actually, that is a collab. Yeah. Shout out FM Tiki Taki. He really put me on. That guy, like, he gave me an opportunity to like do my thing, and that has led on to a lot of things. That led on to the Alex Clayton thing. And served as kind of a proof of concept for like working with Alex Clayton, who's someone I like really respect. Like I'm a big fan of his artwork, and like a lot of other people are that I respect. So working with him has been a dream, and like he's really like my life has changed since working with those two people. I used to, like 6 months ago, I was working in a retail store for like £13 an hour, and like not that there's anything wrong with that, but it was like soul crushing. Like I wanted to kill myself. And then I just said, fuck it, I quit one day and I just put everything into the brand and stuff. And like it didn't work out the way I thought it would, but now I'm making like the same, if not more, as I did. And I get to wake up at 11 o'clock every day and fuck around. Oh, Smoked Up 2016, I did his UK merch and Dublin merch.
So following from you quitting your job to invest into the brand, do you have any advice to young people starting their own brand?
Oh, don't start your own brand. Hell no, don't do it. No, don't do it. Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. I think if you're the type of person to like be dissuaded by like the don't do it, then don't do it. And if you say fuck you, like I'm gonna do it anyway, you should do it. It's really punishing. I think running a brand is like one of the worst creative endeavors. Like it seems on paper to be like financially sound because it's like you make something and you sell it, but it's so much more expensive than being like a rapper or being a painter or whatever. Like it's a real like business, and especially as like I started doing this shit when I was like 13. I've taken a lot of L's, a lot of L's, and I've been lucky where I've been able to come back from them. But you really gotta want it, man. Like, and you gotta, like adults is like nowhere near being what I want it to be. Like if I lived in a perfect world, it would like pay my bills and I'd be running it full time. But like, I have a lot of other projects that are making me money and like keeping me afloat and allowing me to put money into that, which has been like a massive money suck. Like Adults is probably down. Not that it's down now. Like I think I've made the money back, but like in total, I've probably in like bad business decisions, I've lost like over 10,000 pounds in Adults, and like that's like working a fucking retail job, stacking 10 grand, eating Tesco meals every single day. Like, you really gotta want it. Like, my life is entirely centered around this. Like, I don't do anything else. Like, I rarely find time to, like, play video games or, you know, do anything. Like, this is my full obsession. I wake up, this is what I do until I go to bed. That's what I'd say. Like, you really gotta want it.
That's very, I have a lot of respect for that.
Thank you. I've been so lazy this week, so maybe you shouldn't, but other than the last week, I was good. Last week, I was bad productive, working like a dog, and then this week, I'm fucking around. I'm drinking at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday.
And in terms of other brands,
Yes.
do you have a top 3 brands?
Top 3 brands that I would like wear or that I think are like good. I'll go wear. Polo, Ralph Lauren, fucking sleeper. People think about, they think Polo Ralph Lauren, they think about like the Chief Keef Polo or like maybe the tracksuits, but they have so much shit and so much history, and they've been making good clothing. Like obviously like not every piece off the shelf is like a banger, but like they've released probably like 20 collections, 30 collections a year for the last like 40 years, and like every one of those collections has had a banger. What a long story, but I woke up and I had ordered a 350-pound Polo Snow Beach parka from Japan that I did not remember purchasing, and I still have it, so if anyone wants to buy that, please hit my line. We need that money back. And next one, Prada. Fuck with Prada. Prada cups, best sneaker of all time. Enough said. Re-nylon's fire, like recycled nylon, everything. The Raft collab. I want that fucking glove. That like $10,000 Prada glove with like a little bag on it. It's just like one glove. It's not even 2 gloves. That shit's fire. That Raf Simons collab, I think it's the first Raf Simons collaboration. And then, what was I saying? I said Prada, Margiela. Big time Margiela. I collect Margiela Gats and Futures. I'm on, I think 6 pairs right now in my closet. I fucking love Margiela shoes. Have never purchased any other Margiela product. Like, I think the design shit's cool, but like, I'm not bagged up enough to like pay like $1K for a trench coat or something. So I just find like steals on vintage Margiela shoes. I got fire collection. Buy those off me too. At a profit.
In terms of your Instagram username,
yes.
Is there any backstory?
Yeah, there is. There's this song, Jesus of Suburbia by Green Day. I don't know if you guys are old enough to be on the Green Day wave, but back in the day, Green Day used to fucking bang. It still does. And Jesus of Suburbia is kind of this like, it's like this 7-minute, 9-minute ballad of like, this like suburban shithead in America who's like, you know, just kind of nihilistic, bad boy behavior. And I kind of resonated with that. And then also like I said, I like moved from suburban Hawaii to London. So then Jesus of Suburbia became like corner store Jesus. It was like the corner store boss man shop is kind of a staple of London life.
Amazing. And what are your plans for the future with that?
Fucking ball. I want to ball. I want to make hella money. I want to buy a tiger. I want to cover that shit in diamonds. That's it. That's my final. Do you have more questions? That's it?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
That was amazing. Thank you.
Did I do good?
That was honestly amazing, man.
I did good. I want to watch that back actually. How long was that?